I'm going to give you a welcome in Noongar. I'm not a Noongar person, but I think we should all know the language of the country we're walking on. So, Kaya, which means hello. Mudishman, Mudish Yogas, that's good men and good women. Wanju, Wanju, welcome, stand together. Noongar Puja, Noongar country. The first poem I'll do for you is acknowledging country, and it's called Spirit in the Land. Spirit, sand, fungi, stone, land, insect, leaf, beast, water, tree, bird, sky, sun, all spirit. I like the clapping, but you know, in Indigenous cultures they never clapped, and I'd rather just keep reading and no clapping, thank you. Because these poems, I'm just a receptacle for them, and they all come from the country. So just pay acknowledgement to the country, and I'll read the words. The first two poems I'm going to read for you are sort of biographical ones. This one's called, I've got to get my glasses at my age. Even 16 font's a little bit hard. This one's called Talking the Walk. Way back in the 80s I was working on the farm, which we ran as biodynamic, because it does the land no harm. We were Southwest Greenies, campaigning for land and everyone, about forests, coast and mines. Seemed the money always won. We started up a new business, the environmentally safe shop. We found and sold green products in days when green it cost a lot. We wanted Margaret River to be just like it we had found, concerned that it was for sale. We said not our great grand. I decided that our society would never care for earth, seeing we always value money over that which gave us birth. And then I heard of Mabo, thought, thank God for that. They'll have to let the elders put our Australia back on track. I went all the way to Rio to try and save the world. The greenback won again. At least we gave it a whirl. It made me feel quite blue. We can try with all our might. Bloody Hanrahan was right. I was a champion runner a long time ago, but I felt like giving in, and then I thought, keep on trying, and we'll win. It ain't about winning and losing, it just ain't that black and white. If we can just get a balance, it might turn out alright. Earth, people and the dollar, just juggle them around. Have a look at what it forms. Sustainability is what I've found. And it's really nice to be here on an organic vineyard because agriculture and agribusiness, agri means soil, culture means life, business means money. And the way we've exploited this land for money, we've nearly brought us to its knees, unfortunately, and it's great to be in a place where the practice is building life in soil and plants and human beings, rather than just exploiting country for money. We hear a lot, I'm the Secretary of the Sustainability Practitioners Association in Western Australia, and we hear a lot of stuff about sustainability, and it usually means, is the bottom line going to be alright or next year? And I wrote this poem after a meeting in Margaret River, which was a bit disheartening, and I was sitting listening to some bureaucrats prattling on sustainability. I was sitting at a meeting, dozing up the back. Some of them was doing talk and I'd already lost track. I was dreaming of a forest. The light was shining through. It landed on the leafy ground and glistened in the dew. The people there was happy. The animals, they was too. I was a happy chappy. The sky, an azure blue. I sensed a sound encroaching. It chilled me to my core. Talk of growth and property value, sustainable for evermore. Our earth has her own values, they're not what we was taught. Talk of sustainability, call it sus for short. This one's about turning waste into food. And it refers to human waste, but it's more about what I'm working on now is societal waste, community gardens, or a cross between community gardens and market gardens, intensive local conversion of waste into food. Food for thought. The Chinese used to do it, the Indians they did too, enriching Mother Earth by putting back their poo. Along came Mr. Crapper, he made the flushing loo, so we could waste fresh water whilst doing numbers 1 and 2. And now we worship money instead of Mother Earth. It's made us all unnatural, right from our date of birth. The old ways are returning as we listen to the heart. Let's nourish Mother Earth. We all must play our part. It isn't very hard, just listen for a while. Go gather up some waste and put it in a pile. Lots of just cut grass, some kitchen scraps will do. Throw in a bit of dirt, some urine and some poo, animal stuff. Put on a bit of water, keep adding to the pile. When you've finally got it done, sit down and rest a while. The heat will start steaming and gently will subside and slowly turn colloidal as it gets all warm inside. You can sit and watch your heat or sleep on it at night. Don't know. Add some aromatic herbs to make it smell just right. It fills with wriggling worms, they eat poo all day. They must be very clever making soil from old hay. When it's all finished, give it to Mother Earth. Put in some organic seeds and watch the seeds give birth. They grow to healthy food for human beings to eat. Isn't making compost really bloody neat? This one's called Our Mother. I wrote it for International Women's Day in 2004. And it came after I'd heard this thing on the radio about the Americans wanting to send a manned spacecraft to Mars. And I rang up the talkback and I said, listen mate, I'm on the dole, but I'll chuck in $20 a fortnight. He said, really mate? I said, yeah. I said, there's one condition. He said, what's that? I said, you've got to put George Bush on it. They cut me off. It's called Our Mother. As we gather here today, look down at Mother Earth, because Indigenous people know it was her who gave us birth. We know she always is around, and she grounds us too, you know, when you're feeling rather blue. Remember Mother Earth below. We rip her with our ploughs and spray her with funny stuff. She gets pooed on by our cows. Don't you think enough is enough? And she gives us lots of yummy food and Harris Organic wine for us to drink. That's what poetic license. On her skin we build our homes. We should look after her, don't you think? When you stand on Mother Earth and look up at the stars, remember that life down here is far better than life on Mars. I better read what's my favourite one at the moment before I get cut off for running out of time. It's called Country Boy. I'm a country boy. They reckon I got brains because I can tell the difference between the dry and when it rains. City people think they're smart if they watch that TV screen to find out if it's going to rain. Silliest thing I've seen. They also like eating food, so they spend money at a shop. I just grow it in the soil. When's their silliness going to stop? But they're really not all stupid, because all money comes from land, and it goes to them big buildings that buy city folks a land. Yes, I am a country man. I can tell you when it rains. My hair gets all wet, and it stimulates me brains.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to take a short break because we're filming in 10-minute segments for